supposed to go live again. Got a lot of good response on the last word talk, showing original pieces, little quick stories behind them and ahead of them. And you've been awaiting my return. Classic old school Nas shirt. So gonna more or less do the same thing I did before. Picked 4 or 5 random last words. Gonna show them, display them, speak a little bit on them, and maybe a little bit more detail than I did the last time. Let's start off with De La Soul piece. The album coming out was De La Soul is Dead, if I remember correctly. That would make sense. Yes. So this is early days of the Source, probably the first 2-3 years when everything was still done in grays. No black and whites, grays. Painted with Dr. Martens dyes. Once again, light gray, medium gray, dark gray, blacks, white highlights. This was the piece De La Soul is Dead. So what do you do when the piece is De La Soul is Dead? You draw De La Soul in a cemetery with a tombstone. That should be quick, obvious direction. Once again, everything is reversed. So, but you can get the idea. I definitely had fun and happy most with the Pastanuce likeness, which we used to clown and make fun of our friend Joseph Fobbs, because Pastanuce looked like Joseph Fobbs. But this was De La Soul, still one of my favorite ones. Early days of the Source. I think I was still getting like $50, maybe $100 per drawing back then. So obviously it was for the love of the piece. If you're asking me questions, I can't answer you because I don't got my glasses on, so I can't even see what you're saying. But De La Soul is Dead. All right. Black and white. What year was this? This was 1991. So that's a little bit of time ago. Next piece. One of my favorites. Lost Boys. Missing. Of course, this doesn't have like the details on the side of the milk carton like when it went to print, because that was added in Photoshop. But Lost Boys, obviously. Lost. Milk carton. Used to have missing kids on the sides of the milk carton. So my idea was quite obvious. Lost Boys on the side of a milk carton because they are lost. There you go. Play on words. I think the milk carton is, what do they call that? Better than any other. Yeah. We are going the lowest form of humor with the puns, but I was the pun king, so why not? Definitely was feeling the illustrations. Didn't have great reference for Freaky Tao, so I think I wound up using like the album cover or something where I could get a good enough drawing of him. Definitely like how this one turns out. This is still one of the more classics, but rarely seen, but people seem to remember this a lot. I'm always asked to post it, and I usually don't, but I've posted it a couple of times as a fan request on Instagram. Definitely love the detail, love the joke, love the direction as soon as I came up with the idea. Love the painting, love the illustration. I was happy with this one overall, how it ended up. So, Lost Boys, second installment. What year was this one? This was 97. All right, Lost Boys. Actually, let me go back to this De La Soul, because I just remembered. Early days of the source, all artwork was returned to me. It's in the contract. Even back then, I was thinking about making sure I retained ownership. So, early days of the source, they were on point. They returned my artwork. This one, when it was due back in about a month after going to the printer, mysteriously disappeared. It vanished. They couldn't find it. And I was on them on the regular, calling up, coming by. Did you find my artwork yet? Did you get it? Did you locate it? And I think this was done, what is it? This was done January, February, March. This was done in March of 1991. Right? And I figured, even though I was on them, I was determined to get it back. It was starting to feel like a lost cause. And then, it was like in December of 91 at a Source Christmas party in the offices. And I forget who, but tapped me on my shoulder, said, come here a second. I go, met with them, and they gave me back this piece. I mean, for the whole year, I was still bringing in work and getting them back after they returned from the printer. But this one, like I said, was delivered back in March. They told me they didn't know where it was, couldn't find it in return from the printer. And then I got it back as a Christmas gift in December of 91. So that's my De La Soul story on this piece right here. Lost Boys. Let's go to another black and white. This one is actually created this the month after the De La Soul piece. All right, so this was talking about how now actors were going to Hollywood and appearing in movies and doing that type of thing. So I wanted to come up with a way to represent hip hop in movies and rappers in movies and rappers in Hollywood. So I think 3 Men and a Baby were like real hot during that time period that I created this, the movie 3 Men and a Baby. So I wanted to pick an obscure combination of MCs and artists and put them together to create a hip-hop movie poster version of 3 Men and a Baby, aka 3 Rappers and a Baby, aka 3 Rappers and Flavor, aka 3 Rappers and MC, 3 Rappers with Flavor. You get the idea. So I picked LL. I picked Ice-T. Picked Humpty Hump. I don't know why, but just the combination of those three together would be far-fetched, but it also would be unexpected. And then them holding Baby Flav, because I had drawn a Baby Flav Baby New Year. So it just kind of fit into the whole mix. Love the detail. Was never fully crazy about the likeness on Ice-T, because I'm a perfectionist. Reference I had was alright, so I think the drawing just turned out alright when it could have been on point and even tighter. But I'm happy with the overall illustration, the look, and it's probably one of the early spoofs of an actual movie poster where I used the same positioning and everything else. Just changed up the rappers, the flow. Okay, so 3 rappers and a baby. That was the name? Yep, 3 rappers and a baby. I don't know if I'm running through these too quick, but just felt in the mood to get on and talk about a couple of the pieces. Up next, the Wizards of Odd. Now this whole piece was for a story in the source about producers. So I wanted to find a way to play off and not just do straight up regular illustrations of producers, but you know, since the whole thing was a lot of the producers were odd and they were different and eccentric, why not do the Wizards of Odd and then do a spoof of the movie poster and everything else? So you have Usher as the Scarecrow. You have Little John as Dorothy. You have Yin Yang Twins as the Lion and the Tin Man. Once again, really like the likenesses. Then having to like make them different characters. The Tin Man, still pulling it off so you know who they were. Having them skipping down the yellow brick road of creativity. Little John in the kind of t-shirt-ish, Dorothy dress-ish flavor. Usher with the shades, Scarecrow. In the final one, I went in with Photoshop. We added the logo from the Wizard of Oz, changed it to the Wizard of Odd. Had Toto up in there to make the whole thing totally complete. You saw what I did there. So this was and is the Wizards of Oz, an ode to producers, which wound up being an ode to Little John, who produced the cuts for Yin Yang Twins and for Usher. All right. And because I'm going to be in and out today, this will be the piece that got me the most, probably the most hate mail ever. I used to have my email address in every last word in the back page, and that of course allowed people to send you direct AOL messages. So when this came out, Eminem fans lost their freaking mind. As soon as I would sign on to my AOL account, I'd be bombarded with instant messages. No lie, sometimes 100 in like a minute when I would sign on. It's like they found my email address, saved it in their thing, and were just waiting for me to come on. So it'd be messages like, fuck you, why you hate Eminem, I'm gonna kill you, all that kind of stuff. I just thought the overall anger was hilarious. Maybe I shouldn't have, but they were so mad at the fact that I drew Eminem in D12, beat up, or Eminem scared. It's like, Eminem will never be scared. But let's see the whole point. The whole point was Benzino and his beef with Eminem. I only drew what I thought was true and what I knew would be true. Now, you don't see anything with Benzino holding a mic or anything like that. So my thing of in a battle, MC wise, I didn't think Benzino had a chance. But in a fight, Benzino Eminem, I always figured Benzino would at least, you know, be able to handle his business toe to toe, fist to fist. So as opposed to joining something I didn't believe in with an MC battle, I chose to do the fight. So the beat up Eminems were D12. And of course, Eminem peeking down the alley, seeing his people all beat up, wasn't trying to come down that alleyway. So, but this, like I said, most hate instant messages, most hate emails, most anger that I've felt in probably all the years of doing The Last Word came from all these Eminem fans who were mad as hell that I would even think to draw something with Eminem getting beat up by Benzino. All right. How many did I do? I think I did 5. Once again, like the detail. Kept to life the Eminem character that I created. The white Eminem, the coloring, the shading, another cool piece that I definitely had fun creating. All right, and I guess that's it. I'm gonna call it a minute, 10 minutes. Don't even know how long I was on here, But next time I do it, I'll have a couple more pieces. I'll talk a little longer. Like I said, definitely appreciated the response. And it's a good thing. All right? Peace. Let's see if I know how to shut this damn thing off now.